built magnificent monuments. Most iconic of the ancient wonders lies 8 miles from the center of Egypt's capital, Cairo. From the air, the scale of the engineering is incredible. Made of an estimated 10 million tons of stone, these are some of the largest pyramids ever built. The oldest and biggest is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Completed over 4,500 years ago, it's formed from more than 2 million sandstone blocks. Each block weighs more than a car. Created as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu, it's the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world to survive to the present day. At 480 feet high, it remained the tallest structure on Earth for 3,500 years. Pyramids of Giza fascinate American archaeologist Mark Lehner so much that he has dedicated 4 decades of his career to unlocking their secrets. From that very first sight of the Great Pyramid of Khufu, the Giza pyramids have basically been my life. I spent 46 years actually studying them. Who are the people who built the pyramids? Do we know about them and their methods? People from all over the world come to marvel at the pyramid's majesty. Yet, it's the remains of more modest structures nearby that reveal how the ancients built these mighty tombs. In order to create pyramids on such a gigantic scale, they had to establish an entire infrastructure. We have discovered the footprint of that infrastructure. An aerial view reveals a huge labor force was once brought here for construction. What we have found in the so-called Lost City, also known as the Workers' Village, spans about 13 hectares. We have discovered their bakeries, workshops, houses, and grain silos used for feeding the workers. This is only a part of a much larger city that existed at the base of the pyramid's plateau. Mark Lehner believes 20,000 workers once lived here. They quarried the 5.7 million tons of sandstone needed to build the Great Pyramid alone. From the air, a view of the neighboring Pyramid of Khafre reveals another enigma. Its summit is capped with smooth stones that once encased the entire structure, indicating that the Great Pyramid once looked very different when it was complete. The Great Pyramid was once covered with polished white limestone, which must have been blinding when it reflected the sun. The nearest source for this brilliant limestone was in Tura, 8 miles away on the other side of the Nile. So, how did the ancients transport tons of this stone across miles of desert and a mighty river? Mark Lehner believes the sloping ground in front of this temple unlocks the mystery. It's a basin, the remains of a huge harbor and canal complex filled by floodwaters that the ancients used to ferry stone to the construction site. There is evidence that the pyramid builders utilized the 7-meter annual rise of the Nile flood as a hydraulic lift to bring blocks as high as they could and as close as they could to the pyramid plateau. It's almost what you don't see here that is even more impressive than the pyramids themselves. The Nile made ancient Egyptian civilization possible. It wasn't just essential for transport but for food too. Many Egyptians still depend on it today.